Okay, video is going to be just about setting up kind of the general look of your Bitmoji. Now, I'm going to be moving pretty quickly through it. So when you're actually making it, it'll probably take you more time to get things situated the way you want them, things fixed, everything linked. So this is just kind of a general initial overview on how to do it. There's tons of options on if you want a desk or not, or you want to make it a couch, how you want to do that, that's totally up to you. That's one of the beautiful things about this is it can be really individualized to your personality. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to do one where I do everything within Google Slides, and I'm going to do one where I use things from outside of it. So if I'm in Google Slides, it's usually easiest to go ahead and put your image as a background. So I have already searched wall and floor backgrounds. I found that to be a really easy way to get some of these images. I don't really love the look of that one, but this one's pretty good. So I'm going to choose it. And then I'm just going to say insert. And done. Boom. It's already formatted. It's in my background, so I can't click it and make it move on accident. It's good to go. But say you don't love any of those options, you can also just go to Google, search wall and floor. Say I chose this image. I'm just going to copy and then paste it onto my slide. But now you're going to have to make it fit on the slide. So you're just going to make it larger by dragging that corner arrow. I'm going to center it. And then I'm going to crop off that extra. So this is a crop option. I'm just going to go down here till it gives me from the 4 arrow to the 2 arrow. I'm going to slide it up, and you can see that faint line that shows you the end of the slide. Okay. Got that set up. Now, I love that floor, but now that I'm looking at it, I do not love this background. That may be true for this one too. All I need to do is go to Insert, Shape, cover that. And I'm going to choose, let's say I want a light blue color. Okay. Now, you'll see it has this border. We don't want that. So you'll just click right here and click Transparent. And then we're good to go. So you can change the background color if you want to, especially if you like the ground, but you don't love what that background looks like. So now that we have our walls and floor, for me, the next most important thing is my whiteboard. So I'm going to go to Insert, Images, Search Web, and I've already put whiteboard with transparent background in here. Maybe I want to use one that stands up instead of is against the wall. Don't love this reflection, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. Let's check out another one. Use that. Insert. Okay, I'm okay with that reflection. So I'm going to resize it a little bit. And again, as you work through this, you'll probably go back and resize and move things, and that's totally fine. It's just a little bit of a process. Again, I could go and do the same thing on Google. I searched whiteboard transparent, but you'll notice that when I copy and paste this, that it's not actually a transparent background. So what you can do here, again, is just that crop feature. So you'll notice a lot of images on virtual classrooms are squares or rectangles because it's easier to crop the backgrounds out. Okay, so maybe I want that one in the center here. Make it a little smaller. There we go. Okay, so I got my whiteboard done. Now, one of the next things I like to do is some sort of shelves or bookshelves because it's an easy place to put quite a few links all together. So, again, I'm doing this one all within my Google Slides. I'm going to go to Insert, Image from Web, and now I'm going to search, let's do empty bookcase. So it comes up with several options. I'm going to go with this one. Insert. There's my bookcase. I kind of want it thinner. And the beauty of bookcases like this, where the lines are very flat, I don't need to keep the ratio. So let's say I make this thinner, but I also make it longer. So now it looks like it's propped up against the wall. I may even move it down just a little bit. So now it looks like one of those bookcases that's propped up against the wall. So that looks good to me. So I'll scoot that over. Maybe I want to keep that one down there. Okay. Now, if I'm pulling stuff off of Google, again, I just searched empty bookshelf. This has a ton of options. So say I want to do, maybe I only want 2 shelves. I don't like this piece right here. Oh, kind of like this one. There we go. Copy image. Paste it in there. Boom. Bookcase is done. Now, depending on what all you want to put on your bookcase, you may want more shelves, less shelves. You may want to make something that's taller so there's more space. Again, totally up to you. Now, I personally like to have some posters around. So these link to info about chemistry. This is a motivational video. This is about grit, the importance of making mistakes. So I like to have those. So that's another thing you can look for. So let's say I want to do for students. Just not loving these. Let's try for school. I like that one. You can learn something every day if you pay attention. I'm going to resize that. I think it would look great right here on my wall. Now, the one thing with posters is if you're trying to have true proportions, it's going to be very difficult for students to read. So just keeping in mind, for me, I chose this one was probably the hardest one to read, but I tried a few out to see which ones were still legible once I put it into Canvas. So you can kind of play around with that, and you can always change it. That's the beauty of Google Drive, is you have options to change it. Okay, I went and looked at motivational posters here too. Let's say I want to do one kind word can change someone's entire day. Now when I put that in there, it has just white sides. It doesn't look bad on here, but say you wanted it to look more framed, you're just going to click on that and you can actually add a border. So let's say I want to do a dark purple, and I may want to make it a little bit thicker. So say I want to make it 2. So now it looks like it has some sort of frame on it. So now I have a poster looking good. Maybe I want to put it above here. I don't know. Totally up to you. And maybe I have something content specific. So I teach chemistry. So I have the periodic table of elements that takes me to an online periodic table. So say maybe here I want a world map poster. So go to images. Find one that I like. This one looks good to me. Oh, actually, I like this one better. We're going to choose that one. Copy my image. Add it to my page. Resize it if I need to. And if there's a map or a tool about mapping that you often use, you're going to be able to link that no problem. So now we've got those key things set up. Let's say now that you're ready to put some information in. On your whiteboard, to type, you're just going to say insert text box, and it'll let you type. So maybe you want to say, welcome to the library. Just like you usually would, you can change your fonts. You can change your size. You can center it. You can change your font color. Okay. Whatever you want to do, it's there for you to do. So that's just normal text editing process. Now, as far as books, so if this is the library, say that I want to put The Wizard of Oz, open source material. I want to put a link to The Wizard of Oz. Maybe that's something that one of the English teachers is working on. I can look up an image for The Wizard of Oz. Whoops. Put book there so it knows what I'm looking for. So let's say I want to use this old school cover. Insert. Make it smaller. And then I put it on my bookshelf. I could put multiple books on there. There's some librarians that I follow. They've made like book spines so kids can click on read alouds and things like that, which is a really cool option. I'm in secondary, so that's not something we usually work with, but I thought that was really interesting for elementary school. And let's say down here, maybe we need a link to, I don't know, U.S. News. Well, I need something, some sort of image. Let's see. I'm just making these things up, so I'm not promising this. So say I want to use this U.S. News logo. I can either use my snipping tool to get that, or I can search U.S. News logo. Go to images. I'll just choose this one. No, I like this one better. And that's the other thing. You can choose, you know, I liked this one over another one. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Control paste. Or Control V to paste. Now, that's a little big for my bookcase, but I want it to still be legible. So again, I'm just going to crop that. And now it's ready to go. So you can do that for whatever you need, whatever you want. I also put some just chemistry items, and like that one will lead to my lab safety video, so they can serve multiple purposes. You can add lights, desks, what else we put? Their dogs. You can do actual images instead of a Bitmoji. It is totally up to you.